Hi guys, welcome to Didedi's Crafty Corner. Today I thought we would put together a cute little card. I believe this is going to be a Valentine's Day card. This card was completely inspired by the stamp set. I actually had just put it in the Destash box, which by the way, there's going to be a Destash coming up in the next couple of days, possibly even this afternoon. And I thought, you know what, I want to make a card with it real quick. So I stamped it out, I cut it out. I got this is a Lily of the Valley UK stamp set, and I got it from a stamping friend of mine who lives in Finland. So it's a very sweet little stamp set. I've used it, I think 6 times now. This would be the 6th time, and I've done something different with it each time. The first time I actually used it with the little circles because it stamps out little circles. And I did 3 in a row. And then I did it with a whole bunch of circles, a whole bunch of little bears. But I'd never done it where I cut the circle out and cut the bears out. So I wanted to do that one. So that's what we're going to do today. So that, I know you can still get these because I looked them up when she sent it to me. They've got some super cute stamps and dragons and stuff as well. Super cute stuff. So this one is called Present Trio. And like I said, it's from Lily of the Valley.co.uk. All right. And it is in the Destash box. Just went back. I also used some of my circles. I know I've told you guys this before, but I love these big nested sets of circles. I used this one and the one next to it. So these two, I cut out a circle. I also cut out a frame using both of them. I think this should be a staple in every crafter's life. I think you need circles, and as big as you can get them, to go through your die cutting machine. That's the size circle you need. And down. I also use some stitched rectangles. I use the largest, which is A2, and one size down. These are Lawn Fawn, and they are the stitch rectangles. This in here, I have set A and B, or both sets, but I used 1 and 2. So that would be the first one from set A and the first one from set B. Okay. The markers that I used on these 3 tiny images are right here. So in the E family, I used E 30, 31, 35, 34, 33, and 37 on the little bears. I did use a fur technique to make them furry, and I kept all 3 of them in the same color family, but different. I did use R20 and R21 on their ears, and then I went back over it with the RV23. So I used RV10, RV23, RV21 on the packages, on the pink part of the packages, and then I used R24, 27, and 29 on the red part of the packages. Okay, these colors are the colors that match the papers that I used. Now the paper that I used was just in the scrap bin. I used a piece of pink cardstock. We're going to be putting it on a piece of, and this is something else I never do, guys, but I'm going to be making it a side folding card. How about that? I never ever do a side folding card, but I thought today I would. So we're going to put it on a side folding card. This is my largest frame. It does have the stitched around it. This is, I believe this is a Love from Lizzie, if I'm not mistaken, from a stamp set, or from a card kit. Anyway, I'm not really sure. It was just a scrap piece of paper. I think it's super cute. It's white on the other side, but I really like the colors of it quite a bit. So we're going to be putting that on the front of the card. I'm just going to use a little bit of glue for that. Actually, we're just going to be using glue for the entire card. I'm not going to be using any sequins, so I don't even know why that's there. So I did a couple of cards this last week. I did a flower card, which I think I already showed on Instagram. Yeah, I did. It was another stamp set that's actually in the Destash box. Oops. But I had already stamped it out. I've already used it a few times, but I'd stamped it out on watercolor paper, and I had stamped it out on Nina Desert Storm. So I wanted to color it with pencils on Nina Desert Storm. It turned out super cute. That's what that one looked like. Really pretty. Really, really pretty. Something about pencils on Desert Storm, right? It makes it really pretty. I think on any craft cardstock, really. All right, so our card's going to go this way. It's going to open up that way. I know, I never do that. This is the little frame that we're going to be putting on the top of it. It's going to look like that. So first we have to adhere our little bears to the back, and then we'll put our frames on it, and that is how easy this is going to be. So I'm going to have this little bear on top. So what I'm going to do to get him to stick is I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right around the edges of him for right now, where I know where I'm wanting him to stick. Well, let me rephrase that. Where I'm assuming he's going to stick based on my vision. It could all be wrong. But I was thinking he would kind of go over in this corner, this way, maybe just like that. Cuteness. Okay, I dig that. Maybe we'll push him down just a little bit. Perfect. I wanted that little tag that I worked so hard to cut out to be kind of hanging out there. Okay, so there's our first little bear. Isn't he super cute? Our second, let's do our third little bear. Our third little bear is going to go down here on the bottom. Now he's got his little hands above his head holding this little package. And I may add a little bit of twine or something on the top of the packages. And I didn't know whether I would kind of put him this way. And this little guy is going to go this way. And I'm going to put him right square in the middle. Okay. So again, I'm just taking my art glitter glue, the finest tip, my little fine tip, and I'm just going to run just a little bit of glue right where I've got my black line, where I colored it in with my Memento black marker to put black around the edges. And then I'm just going to go ahead and set him right in the middle and then pull him up until just his face is showing and the black line is not. Because I want his little eyes to show. Okay, and I want him to be a little more even than that. Perfect. And I'm just going to hold him down for a second. And once we get him in place, we're going to, of course, attach some glue to the back as we do the back of the card, right? So isn't that cute? All right, now let's go ahead and attach our little bear on this side. He's going to be poking his little arm out. So he's going to be off to the side so I can make it look like his little arm is hanging out. And his little ear. So kind of like that, but his little ear is going to be covered up with the frame. Oh wait, is his little hand going to be covered up by the frame too? No, we can fix that. Okay, perfect. Just like that. Isn't that adorbs? Perfect. Okay, we'll leave his little hand up. Okay. All right, now let's go ahead and get it all glued down to the front of our card. So that's what that looks like. Isn't that super cute? Now I haven't decided what I'm going to put on the front of it yet, because I haven't decided whether this is going to be a Valentine card or a birthday card that's coming up for someone. So I don't know. I'm going to have to look at it a few more minutes and figure it out. But I just thought it was super cute. And I hadn't done this particular style with those bears, and I wanted to do it before I got rid of them. You could do this, by the way, with any critter, and I have got so many critters. So many critters. You could cut them out. You know, it doesn't hurt their feelings at all if you cut them in half. It really doesn't. So let's go ahead and put a little, so all I've done is just put a little bit of glue. I'm putting a little bit of glue on the back of my pieces as well. So they're going to glue down to our actual base. And then I'm going to kind of center it on our little piece. Make sure it's kind of straight according to my eyeballs, which, girls. And especially when I got a diagonal stripe. I mean, seriously, I can't see that on a good day. But I think that looks okay. All right, let's make sure our little critters get pushed down, except for our little bear paw. Okay, cute. All right, now let's put our little finishing touches around the window. And we could have doubled these up. We could have offset them in another color. We could have done a lot of things to these. I just kept it simple and just cut out a frame. And all the frame is going to do is just give it a little bit of dimension and finish off the card a little bit. Just like that. Super cute. Yeah, the more I'm looking at it, I think it's going to be a Valentine's Day card. So on the final photo, you'll see what it is. Because I'll put up the final photo at the end. Yeah, I'm kind of liking these colors for Valentine's Day. Isn't that super cute? All right, now him, we got to get his little paw to stick out. His little paw. His little paw. Sometimes that southern just kicks right on in. Let's pull it up a little bit so I don't get glue everywhere. Perfect. And again, I'm using art glitter glue, so this is not, it's going to dry clear, it's going to dry matte, we're not going to see it. And if there's a little bit that's just a little bit too much, I'll come in with my sand eraser and take care of it. Oh my gosh, that's adorbs. I like how that sticks up like that. And there it is. Isn't it cute? Super adorable. Super, super adorable. All right, so stay tuned for the final picture. Oh, now you can see the color better. Guys, I have to tell you, my lighting is so off in this room. We're going to work on, my husband and I are going to work on it. I actually told you I did what I was going to do. I took this room down to one small section of the room, and I took out, I had big studio lighting. I had 3 huge studio lights. I've gone to 1 studio light and a couple of desk lamps on either side. And I just cannot get my lighting figured out. So I think what we're going to, my husband and I are going to do is we're going to hang a couple of the studio lights above my desk from the ceiling. And that still gives me just the space that I want and frees up the rest of the room for the kids. And that's what I did. And I am super happy that I finally accomplished that. It's been weighing on my mind for such a long time. I literally wanted to get this craft room down to a smaller size and a space that I thought was manageable. And have room that both of my grandkids, or all 3 of my grandkids, could be in here playing at the same time that I'm working or that I'm playing. And it's worked out great. It's worked absolutely great. So I could not be happier. Like I said, to go along with that, I do have another Destash coming up very shortly here. I'll be doing it in 2 or 3 parts because I want to keep it smaller. But I just wanted to show you guys this because, you know, every time I go to use a stamp, or go to get rid of a stamp set, I think, have I used it every way I wanted to? And if I haven't, I go ahead and do it, you know. So, like I stamped out, I did this one. I stamped this one out. I'd already had this one stamped out. And I had it this way, but I decided I wanted to go ahead and do it this way as well. So I stamped that out yesterday, and I'm going to be coloring this with Copics tonight. So I just thought that was super pretty, and that's the same stamp set. Right? Super cute. So, yeah. So isn't this adorbs? I love the colors, too. I absolutely adore the colors. The browns with the reds and the pinks, I think, is adorable. And look at the detail on my little bears. Aren't they cute? They look so fluffy. I love it. Okay. I'll zoom you in and then stay tuned for the final photo. Super cute. All right, guys, I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.